as Israel in this natural world, that is, you had no covenant. You're not part of the nation. It goes back to what I showed you over here with the wife scenario. You're not part of God's wife, and you'll never be part of God's wife. You're not going to be a remnant of Israel, the Jews. That's a totally separate entity. Oh, wrong place. Cut it out. Here. Sorry. So you were first and foremost, here's your big problem right here. You and I were without Christ. We are aliens. So here's problem number 2. Okay? And you're an alien not only from the commonwealth, that is the physical nation. So that would be in Israel in world number 1. Right? The physical lineage, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then there's an Israel, a physical Israel in world number 2. So on the planet Earth, there will be a nation called Israel. And that's where God's throne, his physical throne on the planet Earth in world number 2 is going to be there. Now, there's this other place over here called the New Jerusalem. So don't get these two mixed. There's a Jerusalem that's going to be associated with the physical nation of Israel in the New World. And then there's a New Jerusalem where God's going to set up his throne, which is his tabernacle. All right? So we were aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, or God's wife. In order to be part of that, you have to be a remnant of the Jews. If you're not a remnant of the Jews, friends, you're aliens from that commonwealth. So he's not talking, and let me make sure you understand, it's a remnant. It is not every single Jew. The Bible makes that absolutely clear. Isaiah clearly says, unless the Lord had left us a small remnant, we would be like Sodom and Gomorrah. Unless the Lord has left us a tenth. Zechariah said 1/3 out of the tribulation. So there's nowhere. Paul said in Romans 2 that not every Jew is a Jew. You have to have what? Circumcision of the heart. That is, the old heart has to be cut out, the stone, and it has to be replaced. All right. And strangers, so here's your third problem, right here. Here's your first, here's your second, here's your third problem. You are a stranger from the covenants. And those covenants have promise. We have a new covenant. Israel's going to get a new covenant. Where's the new covenant associated with? Right here. Here's the old covenant. So that's covenants, but they are old. They're written on tables of stone. There are old covenants here. The new covenants, both, there are covenants with Israel, the nation, and there's covenant with all believers. So there's 2 covenants given by God. One for this world to sustain us while we're here. One for this world, which will be for eternity. It's covered by blood, the blood of Christ. So that's the problem number 3. Problem number 4 is what this leads to. Okay? Here's the cause, right here. Our cause is that we are born sinners. All right? Here's the effect, right here. The effect of having this separation, right here. Without Christ, being alienated from God's wife, and being strangers to God's covenants. That's all the covenants, old and new. What's the effects of that? The effect is you and I have no hope. Anybody who have this stuff right here, 1, 2, 3, have no hope of ever making it to this world right here. No hope. I don't care what you do, what you say, how much you sing, how much you pray, how much you preach, how much you teach, whatever, man, the Bible makes it clear. You have no hope. And without, look at that. Here's the second problem. God in what world? What world is God in? This one? No, man. God ain't in this world. God's in that world. You're going to be in that world without God. How in the world can I be in that world without God when that's only this part of it? No, 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 no. You can go back to the book. There's another part over here. And it's called outer darkness. And inside of outer darkness is a lake. And this lake is a lake of fire with pits. So when you are without God in this world, and this is part of world number 2, when you are without God in this world, where do I go? Right there. And just like he made the believers to sit in heavenly places, he's making these people go here. How do I know that? Because he says, I cast them into the lake of fire. He says, I cast the Antichrist and the false prophet. I cast Satan and the demons. And I cast every single person who shows up at the great white throne. Some, nope. All of them. That's what the books say. Now, he says, but now, with all that said, inside of Jesus Christ, where do you have to be? You better be in Christ, friends. Don't tell me about some church you're in. Don't tell me I watch this preacher and that teacher and he's my favorite and oh, he's so wonderful. I don't care. And neither does God. You better be in Christ. You can quote scriptures till the cows come home. You can know this book and be able to teach it forever. Better than anybody that has ever lived. But oh, my friend, if you are not in Christ Jesus, you're in big, big